Hello Magic fans, I'm Beef and welcome back to another historic gameplay video, this time with a red, white and blue or Jeskai energy burn deck, focusing around a new enchantment from Modern Horizons 3 and a host of new cards, Aether Revolt. So it's a 4-mana enchantment and it has Revolt, which we'll get to in a second, and it has whenever you get one or more energy, Aether Revolt deals that much damage to any target. So for example, if we tune the narrative to get 2 energy, Aether Revolt will do damage to any target. As said, it also has Revolt. You trigger Revolt whenever a permanent leaves the battlefield, such as being killed or exiled or returned to hand. So it says, as long as the permanent you controlled left the battlefield this turn, if a source you control would deal non-combat damage to an opponent or a permanent opponent controls, it was that much damage plus 2 instead. So going back to example, if we play Tune the Narrative, we'll get 2 energy, but Aether Revolt will now deal 4 damage. To any target. So what ways do we have of dealing non-combat damage? So we have Galvanic Discharge, another new card from Modern Horizons 3. So 1 mana, and it says choose target creature or planeswalker. You get 3 energy, then you can pay any amount of energy, and it deals that much damage to that permanent. So not even its ceiling, but it can be a lightning bolt for a creature or planeswalker. It can be a 1 mana do 1 or 2, or if you have excess energy from other sources, it could be 5, 6, 7, 8. Obviously with Aether Revolt, if you have Revolt, it will do more as well, and in fact the energy you get from Galvanic Discharge would obviously trigger Aether Revolt. As of Harness Lightning, not a new card, this is an older card, and it is a worse Galvanic Discharge. It costs double the mana and it can only target creatures, but otherwise it is exactly the same. Unstable Amulet, it's an artifact. When it ETBs, you gain 2 energy. And it says whenever you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, it deals 1 damage to each opponent. And you can tap it and pay 2 to exile a top card of your library. You may play it until you exile another card with Unstable Amulet. So this is a great way to do a bit of card advantage. It's essentially drawing a card. Even if your opponent can somehow remove Unstable Amulet, you will still be able to cast that spell. We'll play that spell. The damage doesn't trigger from lands because you play lands, you don't cast lands, but obviously if you exile any other spell and cast it, you will get that damage trigger from Unstable Amulet, which will obviously be increased by Aether Revolt. And then we have Dynavolt Tower, another older card, and it says whenever you cast an instant source, you get 2 energy and you can pay 5 energy to deal 3 damage to any target. So obviously now all our instant sorceries are going to be generating energy for damage from Aether Revolt. So the reason we've splashed white is for 1 card, because while obviously you can trigger Revolt from your opponent killing your creatures or whatever, we don't have many ways to trigger ourselves. We have Prismatic Vista in our mana base, which is a fetch land. Because we're playing in Historic, we don't have access to the more powerful fetch lands. They're only available in Timeless. So I've splashed white for Taii Wakeen. So we played Taii Wakeen a couple of times on the channel. It's a 2 mana in red and white. 2/3. It says whenever a source you control deals non-combat damage equal to a creature equal to that creature's toughness, you draw a card. So a great way to draw additional cards. You know, if we Galvanic Discharge something with 3 toughness for 3 damage, we draw a card. But then you can tap her and pay X. And it has, if a source you control will deal non-combat damage to permanent or player this turn, it deals that much damage plus X instead. So if we know there's going to be a turn where we can go off where we can, we have some spells exile with Unstable Amulet, we know we can cast a Galvanic Discharge or some other of our spells, use Dynavolt Tower, we can pump some mana into Taii Wakeen to basically buff everything by that amount. Even if it's 1 or 2, it quickly adds up. So rounding out the deck, everything else is pretty much energy related. So we have Tune the Narrative, 1 mana, get 2 energy, draw a card. Very, very simple, but very basic. Obviously this can turn into a burn spell with Aether Revolt. Aether Spike, 2 mana, counter target spell, you get 2 energy. Choose target spell, you get 2 energy, then you pay any amount of energy. Counter that spell unless its controller pays 1 for each energy paid this way. So at its floor, it's 2 counter spell unless your opponent pays 2, but obviously with all our other mana energy generation, it's not going to be hard to basically make most spells out of our opponent's control. And Rapture is a really powerful card. 2 mana, 2 iron, first strike, which is pretty good rate anyway. When it ETBs, you get 2 energy. Then if you cast it from your hand, so it won't happen if you cast it from exile with Unstable Amulet. If you cast it from your hand, you exile cards from the top of your library into exile a non-land card. You may cast that card by paying any amount of energy equal to its mana value rather than pay its mana cost. So the dream really here is maybe turn 1, tune the narrative, turn 2, Amp Raptor into Aether Revolt. Bang, we are straight away. What's interesting is the cards you exiled, they stay in exile. Often these some effects say put the exile cards on the library, random order, or whatever. This doesn't, so you do lose them. And if you choose not to cast that spell, it stays in exile. I think in one of the practice games I chose not to play a Galvanic Discharge, which I should have done because I would have got free energy, but I didn't and I lost it. Then we have Is It Generatorium? If you'd get 1 or more energy, you get that many plus 1 instead. So now Galvanic Discharge gets us 4, Tuning Out gets us 3. And then we can tap it to draw a card. We can only activate it if you've paid or lost 4 or more energy this turn. And finally, we have Rush of Inspiration. It can be played for a land. Comes in tapped. Tap for red or blue, but otherwise draw 2 cards, then you discard a card at random unless you pay 2 energy. Usually not a problem, we have quite a lot of energy lying around. The rest of the mana base, 1 plains, 3 islands, 4 mountains. Spire Buff Canal, it's imperative to get stuff untapped. Sundown, Pass, same reason. And then Aether Hub, when it ETBs we gain an energy and we can tap it for colourless or a mana of any colour if we pay energy. Again, energy will not be an issue. So that's the deck. It's a really quite a powerful deck. I hope you all enjoy it. If you do, please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the gameplay. We have a good hand. I'm hoping they maybe play something on turn 1 that we can discharge so that Amp Raptor can come down with 2 energy. Sorry, 4 energy. I'll play out the Rush, tap turn 1. Although I suppose that goes against the... I hope we can play something to go back and discharge. Well, there's Aether Revolt. Do I just play... I'm going to play out the Amulet. And let's see what we hit. Well, we can play another Amulet next turn. Do I play out... I'm going to play out the Generatorium first because it means all our energy generation then is increased. Wouldn't mind hitting a land. We can take care of that with Galvanic Discharge. But what do they search up with it? So let's Aether Revolt. That's going to be a problem. So is that. Really should have taken out Khan last turn. Let's see what we hit with the Raptor. And we can draw with the Generatorium. So I imagine that they're going to play Cityscape Leveler and destroy the Aether Revolt, which is an issue. And so is that. They're back up to 19. They hit another one ring. Well, I think we are probably going to lose this game. Obviously, they've got protection. Let's see what we hit. Dream of narrative. Well, it's instant speed, so I can do it on their turn. That's not what I expected from them, to be fair. Yeah, and I can't quite kill it with the Galvanic Discharge then, so I will trim the narrative. So that's a 10-10. That's quite powerful. So they're back up to 6. And they still have quite a bit of mana. They're back up to 9. Casual 10-10. But that's a Mind Stone. This should be it. So, let's crack the Vista. This triggers Revolt. We'll get a mountain. I want to pay... Let's pay 3 and tap Taii Wakeen. We should just be able to go face. That did 7. We don't even need to kill the escape level up. And there we are. That did 8. So, I don't think Taii Wakeen got us the win, but it was a bit win more at the end. But that was potentially a very scary game. I don't know why they didn't destroy the Aether Revolt with a City Escape Leveler. If they had, I think they would have won. But they went with the Generatorium, which is a good card, but the Aether Revolt is incredibly powerful. So, a bit of a mistake on their part. Well, we're on the draw. Need a lot more land. But, I think this is a keeper. We can counter something and kill something. And hopefully work up to Aether Revolt. This might be the Ajani cat deck. It looks like it is. Do they have Ajani? They do not. It might be a land-based deck as well. So what do we do? Let's play the Generatorium. So are they an Ajani deck or an energy deck? Both. Well, there's Ajani. We might get a aggroed out, but that's a good draw. I think we keep up both Harness Lightning and Galvanic Discharge. We're going to take out the Ajani first. Well, we're going to have to kill that. We are in quite a bit of trouble, I think. Yeah, we are. I think we're just dead. We are. Just got aggroed out there. Maybe I should have killed that long tusk Prowler, whatever it was called, on turn 1, so it couldn't buff other creatures in their hand. But oh well. So we're on the play Prismatic Vista to get a red mana, and then play out a few things. Probably Ant Raptor. Hopefully you hit a 2-drop that we can play. Or maybe we play out Unstable Amulet and then Ant Raptor without triggering Amulet. Gee, I'm going to play out the Generatorium then. So you could do some more land. If they want to play the waiting game, then I am fine with that. They're shocking in lands. Sure. Hopefully they play something big and we can counter it. They have 5 mana. What do they cast? Maybe I should have countered that. I think I should have definitely countered that then. Is this just a combo deck then? So that calls them to whiff. They still do have 2 3/3s. That's what we want to see. Now they have no 3/3s. And we can see what we hit. Another Generatorium. And we'll draw Vista, which we will crack next turn to trigger Revolt. Fortunately, I don't think we can kill anything. Kill them, I mean. Well, let's trigger this. So that gets us Revolt. We'll get Plains. We will play out the Amulet that can kill the Stormcaller. Also, they need a creature for Neoform. And let's see what we hit. So we can draw with both our Generatoriums. And then we'll keep up Galvanic Discharge. Because Neoform's at sorcery speed, if they play a creature and then try and play Neoform, we can take out the creature. Yeah. They knew we had it and Harness Lightning because they could have seen it was exiled. So they still would have got the trigger for Neoform, but they wouldn't have got... They couldn't have... they didn't have a creature to sacrifice unless they played, what, a 1-mana creature or something. So turn 1 we can tune the narrative, turn 2 a Generatorium, turn 3 another Generatorium. So yeah, so you need some removal and some of our top end of our curve. Oh, the Dynavolt's a good draw. I think I just play out another Generatorium. Well, they're playing it slow. This might get countered. It does not. We gain a lot of energy. 4, I think. Yeah. And we play a Wakeen. So we can keep up Harness Lightning if they play a creature. Hovering over our mountain. Yeah, fine. So they're playing murder. Like, there are cheaper removals. Wow. What a card to use Rona's Vortex on. And then we'll play an Unstable Amulet. We will... Another Harness Line in, and we can ping them for 3, sorry. I'd quite like them to play a creature. That's a creature. Are they going for the combo? Problem is, I suppose I have to take it out. I'm going to ping them just so I can draw 2. Yeah, let's get this out. We'll get a red source. Let's see what we hit with Unstable Amulet. Ant Raptor. This won't trigger the Raptor's ability, but we'll still get energy. Obviously, if they have a way of sacrificing it and they have explosive iteration, I think, or explosive singularity or something, but it doesn't look like they do. Well, let's see what happens. And it's a murder, so not the end of the world. Could we do with an Aether Revolt? Well, I'll play 1 as a land, and I'm going to draw 2 and then pay the energy. Sure. We'll play it, but obviously we won't trigger it. Another Ant Raptor. Another Rush. Let's see what we hit with the Amulet. An Aether Spike, which unfortunately we can't really play, but we can keep up Galvanic Discharge. If we had an Aether Revolt, that'd be dead a long time ago. If they play another... So if we play another Kyrie, we can kill it before the trigger happens. Well, there's an Aether Spike. Let's draw 2 again. We will. Let's play the Sundown Pass. Unstable Amulet. And let's keep up map. Well, yeah, just far too much value for them. I've never seen the Kairi and what's the card called again? Hidetsugu and Kairi card without a combo. You do it with I think it's called Process Singularity, which does 10 and it costs 10. So essentially you just body your opponent for 20. But the idea is you cast it Hidetsugu and then you kill it yourself. So you know exactly when the trigger's going to happen. I've not seen it without that, but it didn't mean we were reluctant to take it out, but we had to in the end. Yeah, I think it's a good hand. We don't have we have removal and obviously a counter, so hopefully we can stop our opponent doing what they need to do, and hopefully we can draw into our big hitters like Aether Revolt, and Raptor, and Dynavolt. I will just take that out now. Because then if they try and reanimate it, we can hopefully just counter it. I played the wrong land, which didn't help. So they're obviously a mill graveyard deck. Another grist. So we'll keep up the Aether Spike. We're going to have to counter basically the whatever they want to get back. We'll counter the reanimation spell. There it is. Sure, I don't mind them getting the supplier back. Obviously, it does transform Grist. Yeah. Obviously, should have countered it then. Let's see what we hit. Tumor narrative, we can keep that up. You've not really hit our main pieces this game. No. Quite like to draw another one. There's Aether Revolt. And yeah, hopefully they don't have another one, but I imagine they do. Yeah, there we go. We're going to be in trouble, I think. Why didn't they just bring back a Taii then? I'm very confused. I don't know why they scooped there. They said oops as well. I'm not sure what they were oopsing about. They could, I think they were about to get back a Taii and a Crabomination. A Crabomination. I think that's right. So, yeah, I'm very, very confused. But, oh well, you know, good result for us. I don't know if this we can keep this, but I'll give it a go. Fortunately, the pass comes into play untapped. Sorry, tapped. Well, that's a good draw. We'll play down, get down the Generatorium. And next turn, the pass does come down untapped. Right, so they're ramping. So I think that means we need to hold up Aether Spike. I can hold up Aether Spike and Tumor Narrative, so I'm okay with that. Oh, it's a mutate deck. Sure. No, that was a mistake. They can pay for that. Well, that was not the smartest. But I can kill it with the Harness Lightning. We hit a land and we can draw a card. And Raptor next turn can hopefully get something. Yeah, that was a massive punt. So let's get down the land. Let's get the Ant Raptor down. Can't play that. That's annoying. And let's see what we hit from the amulet. Another land. It's not what we need, really. Well, I'm going to have to play the Rush of Inspiration. Hopefully draw into something powerful. We will get down the Generatorium. Aether Spike. And then we can draw with both of these. There's our Aether Revolt. So hopefully, next turn, we can go off a bit. Play the Aether Revolt. Play the Aether Revolt. Play a Prismatic Vista. And keep Revolt up. Dynavolt Tower's a good hit. I think we just have to keep it up. Oh, I'm going to have to trigger Revolt. Which is unfortunate. Again, I'm not sure that was the choice. Right. Sure, I don't know why it didn't let me tap Taii Wakeen then, but I will see what we hit. Unstable Amulet. Another Taii Wakeen. Something good? Galvanic Iteration. Discharge. So we need 3 mana up and we've got 5. So let me tap that. Tap that. And tap the Sundown Pass. I think that was an error. Pay 0. There we go. And we still had Harness Lightning. People don't take out Aether the Revolt, and I don't know why. But I'm not complaining too much. Hello Magic fans and welcome back to the wrap up, and this deck is great fun to play and is incredibly powerful, although as always there are some caveats. But first let's look at the stats. So we only played 7 games. As you can see from the details, some of these games went quite long, which is why I only played 7, but we had a 71% win rate, 5 wins, 2 losses. Now, I'm sure a lot of people say this, but those 2 losses were my fault. The first one, it was against the Cats Energy aggro deck, and I could have taken out, they played like a Long Tusk Prowler, I think, or Long Tusk Cub, which they can use energy to buff its power and perpetually buff the power of a creature in their hand. I had the opportunity to take that out, I think turn 1. I didn't, because I think it was like, that's fine. And they just played things which just skyrocketed. Not saying if I had taken out I would have won, but you know, I did make a mistake. And my second one was a Minion the Mighty deck. I thought I was being clever, waiting them to play out the buff spells on their Minion the Mighty. Then I realised that the creature had 4 toughness, and obviously my Harness Lightning wouldn't kill it. If I just killed it straight away, I imagine they would have scooped. So that one was definitely down to me. But the rest, you know, we can come back from quite a way. Like we can literally do 20 damage in 1 turn. Now I will say that in 3 of the games, our opponents had abilities or spells to destroy artifacts and enchantments, and they didn't choose Aether Revolt. One was Cityscape Leveler, which I think was the first game, and then in the last game they targeted the Izzet Generatorium. I don't know if people look at it and go, well, the Generatorium can draw cards. Drawing cards is really powerful, so we'll take rid of that. And be like, but the Aether Revolt will literally kill you. You know, if people cottoned on and destroyed a Aether Revolt, we didn't have much left. So, but they didn't, and so we won. It's a really fun deck to play. It is so powerful. I think Taii Wakeen can be a bit win more. You know, if you be able to get her down and then pump mana into her, you know, you're probably in a good place anyway. But it does just let you, you know, said just body your opponent. You can pretty much do 20 in one go. That last game, I think, put 3 into her, played an Aether Hub, that got like 2 energy from the Generatorium, so it did 5 to our opponent. Then I swung in with some creatures, hoping they would block and kill one of my creatures, so I'd trigger Revolt, but they didn't. But then I played Harness Lightning or Galvanic Discharge, one of the 2, against my own creature. That got me, you know, 4 or 5 energy. And again, with Aether Revolt and Taii Wakeen, I think I hit him for 8 and he only had 7 life, or something like that. It comes out of nowhere. But maybe players will cotton on soon to destroy the Aether Revolt. So a great deck, one I had a lot of fun playing, plan on playing it more. If you all enjoyed it, please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in my next video.